Welcome everyone, it's Vapors Dragomar. It's time for some more Raid Shadow Legends. We are going to start off with the Magma Dragon as the final gateway into the last dungeon. Now, this boss is really hard. And I quite honestly have to inspect some things. Still control. Okay. So. Well then. This is going to be rough. It was like, Mordecai, man, he's not spooky. And I'm like, yeah, that's what you think. Okay. Now, this is where things get thorny. Because we need provokes on the boss. And I don't have a lot of excellent options for provoke. Which is a bit of a problem. Just a little bit of a problem. Okay. Alright. Okay, first things first. I don't need him wasting his most prized ability straight away. Okay, one provoke. I did that on purpose, just to get the mobs out of the way. That's my main objective, because then we can mess around with all we want. I just have to make sure that the initial Duchess waves are out of the equation. Because the initial Duchess waves are going to be an issue. I also do not have Black Knight on here, forcing me to use Visix or someone similar. You have to have a provoker. There is no option of not having a provoker here. I can show you what the strategy is for Scarab, but it is his final gauntlet that is going to be the hardest part. Ultimate Death Knight, though, is going to be overpowered versus his boss. Why? Because he diverts its attention. He puts decrease attack. Do you want to know how powerful that is? Diverting, decreasing attack. It's because I have him maxed that I'm not 100. I think I can actually do this. Like, normally, no. But because of him, yes. Will it take a while? Sure it will. Keeping the attack down and the heals up is going to be necessary. Because in order for this boss to be controlled, like I put the rats off because the rats off puts the decreased attack. See, the more you get that provoke, the less likely this boss is going to be a problem. And the shorter the provoke, the less likely, like the shorter the turn count of the provoke, the less likely the boss will be a problem. You have to save as many of these provokes as possible for the boss itself. Because the point is to keep the provoke and the decrease attack on this boss at all points. That's the point here. See? If you could just landed the provoke that time, as now we're in danger. See, we weren't in danger until the provoke went away. See, I'm trying to get some of these max HP. As enemy max HP is the fastest way to kill this boss. And since this floor has no cold heart, I had to resort to Husk. Keeping that on there is perfect. Keeping it on there. Trying to get these max damage hits. Any provoke will do. It's the main thing is to stop him doing massive tail slams or breathing fire. So you don't want him doing that. That means he's going to start to become really painful. There we go, got the decrease attack. Sometimes it gets a buff, depending on his health. You want these enemy max HP slams, because the alternative is pretty ghastly. Because that means the fight takes longer, and the longer this fight takes, by the way, the worse this becomes. Because what happens is, the more chance he has to output damage, and the more likely that the amount of these moves missing is going to blast you into the next life. That is the real issue here. Because basically, you're playing with fire. Quite seriously, you're playing with fire. There we go. Because you need these provokes. They're not, like, optional. You can't fear him, but the decrease attack is enough to help keep him in check. And no, you can't burn him to death. I tried that. That doesn't work. He does have a mean-looking, crazy face. Can't see his eyeballs, though. He's got that weird mouth. Yeah, you do not want that. You want to make sure he gets provoked at all times. Because that move he has there, where he blasts everyone, that can literally just kill your team. Keeping that decreased attack up there. You can never have too many provokes on this boss. As long as the provoke stays. The key is for it to stay 100% uptime if possible. And then get these max HP smacks. However, the boss itself limits the max HP smacks. There's all these other people who didn't bring their team in. Got him provoked. There we go. It's the next gauntlet, as it were, is this. Now you might ask, what is the problem with this gauntlet? Well, as you might have seen, this gauntlet is extremely difficult. Now, I could bring in my other champion, but I don't have him leveled, and I don't want to get into a boost straight away because I have to. Unless I have to, excuse me. It is going to be a long climb. If I can get there, it'll be a first for this account. That's the truth of it. Because this is the price one has to pay for the final climb. Perfect. His skills have been put on cooldown. That's what I wanted. As that reduces... See? That reduces what he can do. See, I could do that. But this is the final climb. The final climb of doom. Quite literally. If I can get up to the top there... that would be great. There we go. Gotta keep climbing. Gotta get past the Tormans, man. I might need to bring Armiger for the final floors of this. Just because of evil things that revive. That's the truth. It's the dreadful truth of these mobs. I'm saving the strip for when he does that. Because at this point, I know he's gonna do it. So, if I know he's gonna do it, because my nukes are not good enough to get through a Santa that's level 200 straight away, then why waste it? Why waste it? Yes. Yes, I'm trying to show. I'm also explaining some stuff while I'm doing the last climbing on this tower for this account. They've seen enough of it anyway. Come on. Trying to keep these guys under as much damage as humanly possible so I can actually get to the boss. Or as close to the boss as I can, because I can't get there until reset. Thankfully, reset is not far away. Like, I'll get off of there, in quotations, and then after that, later, I will do it. I don't care if I have to do it at 3 a.m. We're doing it. We're getting them. We are getting them. Well then. This is awkward. I don't remember how did I beat this before? It begins. This is the real test. All right. Well, we're gonna do this next time because I can already tell this is going to be an absolute nightmare, and you can tell it as well. And I will just have to run an auto setup and see what worked.